to CHMA Broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, Canada. You are listening either on 106.9 FM in the Tantramar area or at www.chmafm.com.
Which is on the internet.
It is. I almost
Which
messed it
I don't
up.
think is as good for radio. You know why?
Why?
Because the airwaves aren't going off into space where they could potentially be heard by beings on another planet.
It's true.
The internet, I don't think has that going for it. Whereas, the chances are maybe not great that it's happening with conventional radio broadcasting.
Sure.
I don't think it's zero.
I don't think it's zero. I'm going to say it's 0% that CHMA is being picked up.
Just because our signal isn't strong enough to make it to, like, Memram Cook?
Yes. But that's neither here nor there.
This is ground control at YMC Midgic Airport.
Yeah. You're joining myself, Air Traffic Controller Thomas.
And me, Air Traffic Controller Luke.
Join us for the next hour as we watch the skies, listen to some tunes, chat, and we'll be done by and by. Luke,
Yeah.
what's the weather, dude?
Dude, I made a bad.
Yes.
I looked at the weather.
You looked at the weather?
Well, because you know that I am a winter enthusiast.
Yes, you very much are.
I enjoy winter.
Yes.
The things that go on in winter. I like snow. I found it's been really nice having it around so far.
Yeah.
And today someone was like, weather next week. And I was like, really?
Ooh.
And then I went and looked.
Because it piqued your interest.
Yeah. So folks, just if you're new to listening to this, usually this is the point in the broadcast where Thomas looks at me
Yes.
and he says, what do you think the weather's going to be?
Mm-hmm.
And then I pull it out of my brain
hole.
based on sometimes what I want the weather to be.
Yes.
Or sometimes like semi-legitimate seasonal guesses.
Totally.
And tonight's like we're recording. I mean, you're listening to this now. It is Sunday evening.
It's
at
6:03. Yeah.
Ah, we're pretty close. But for us, this is Friday evening. So
Yes.
in theory, this would be quite close for us.
Yes, it is.
To make a prediction. But I just can't do it with confidence this week because I screwed up and looked at the weather.
Yeah, your confidence is shot at this point.
Some professionals.
Yeah. You know what?
Suggested. So they're predicting we're going to lose all my precious snow midweek.
Oh,
and I am going to call them liars.
Yeah, you're calling their bluff, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm thinking
midweek.
this is one of those instances where, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Of course.
But like, if you're not a government meteorologist, maybe you work for an organization that would be concerned with viewers, like gaining viewers or retaining viewers, or perhaps clicks. I believe that's the internet terminology.
That's what we use when I'm looking at the
internet.
The internet, yeah.
Okay, so I've theorized in the past that perhaps these like weather events that you see 6 and 7 days ahead, are made just to keep people kind of checking in on what happens.
Yeah.
So right now it's saying it's going to be like super warm and super rainy, but I'm gonna change our midweek for seasonal temperatures around 0 and maybe a few more flurries.
Well, a couple more flurries. Hey, you know what? I'm sure most students, parents, I think a lot of people, actually not parents. Parents hate snow days. I take that back because then you have to either stay at home with your children or get them to alternative places.
Yes.
Babysitters, which is hard to do last minute.
Child care facilities, perhaps?
Yes. Or child care facilities or child facilitators.
Either way.
Drop them off at the grandparents. I don't know.
Can be a hassle.
It can be a hassle. Yeah. Kids love them. And do you know what else love them? All my teacher friends love them.
Man, in my heart, you were mocking me openly the other night because I seem to have suddenly made friends with a few teachers.
1 or 2 teachers, yes.
If you're a teacher and listening to this, you can hold on to this point. I think the best part, and I've never been a teacher, of being a teacher would be that you get to hang on to that excitement from childhood
it's great.
of a school day.
Yeah. Like there's...
Here at the airport, obviously, we can't take snow days.
No,
even if there's no flights coming in, we got to be here. We got to be manning the tower.
Someone might have to make an emergency landing.
Yes. Got to make sure the cows from the pasture out beyond are not wandering onto the airstrip. I mean, there are responsibilities in air traffic control.
There's especially a lot of responsibility,
especially at the Midgic airport.
Yeah.
And I just, of all the things of childhood, if you were like, you can take a thing and pluck it out of childhood and hang on to it now.
It's that love of the love of a potential snow day.
I don't see, that's strange, because I know a lot of things, like a lot of good things is what's actually good about it is the anticipation. They say that about vacations. They say that about like special events. It's the build up that makes you feel good, not necessarily so much doing the thing a lot of the times. So, but my memories of the snow days as a child were the excitement on the actual snow day. Yeah, it's like you've gained a day. Yeah, and not only that, there's snow on that day.
And you can do fun things in that snow.
You can play, you can dig tunnels, you can build a fort, you could, as I got older, you could like take a snowmobile out. And, just the options.
They just got bigger as you got bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. And then suddenly, adulthood strikes and it's...
all the options gone again.
Yeah.
Weird that happens.
Isn't it? But anyway, that's the most downer weather report you're going to get anywhere on the radio on a Sunday evening, folks.
Do you want to know what the weather was 160 years ago?
Sure.
Of course, we're talking about our farmer historian, Howard Thompson Truman. This is, of course, from the Tales of the Beaujolais Ridge, the Diaries of the Farmer Historian. We're looking at December 8th, which is today. Mild and pleasant.
Oh.
Doing odd jobs.
Not even jobs.
No.
Nothing.
See, I want to know, we had the conversation last week about choring.
Yes.
And I want to know what the difference between doing odd jobs and choring is.
Ooh. I think choring, in my mind, is like the caring for of animals or that. And or could also be like seasonal prep. So that could be your firewood, your but I even firewood might not fall into choring. I really think it's focused on like the operations of the day that you just might be getting ahead on.
Yes. Where odd jobs is truly those odd jobs.
Yeah, man. That the door doesn't seal up quite right. It's been that way all summer, but the biggest problem so far has been mosquitoes, and now the biggest problem is going to be the snow day coming from outside inside.
Exactly.
They would not have had snow days.
No, they did not. No. Absolutely not.
No. I guess that's a modern thing.
Yeah, blessed. Very blessed to get those. Hey, do you want to know what we're looking at for this week coming up? Says the Old Farmers 2025 Almanac, Robert B. Thomas, founded in 1792. Do you want to know what Robert's saying?
Yeah, sure.
So in December, between the 3rd and 9th, we're looking at snowy periods, very cold. So you and Robert B. Thomas are agreeing?
Closer than the current weather practitioners.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was this week, wasn't it?
Oh,
coming up. The 10th to 14th. So that is actually like, Tuesday to Friday, I believe. We're looking at rain and snow, then sunny, then turning frigid. Okay, I guess we get everything next week.
Yeah, that seems like
But it only counts if it's rain and snow, then sunny, turning frigid.
We've had all that in the last 24 hours.
That's true, but
not as you listen to this, but sitting here on a Friday night.
Yes, but in that order?
I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's a little bit too specific for me.
All right.
I think they need to stay in their own lane if you ask me. Hey, do you want to listen to a song?
Yeah, what do you got queued up?
I was...
Toe tapping,
but I was doing a little... I was doing a little...
jig?
Sometimes I'm always doing those. I'm doing a little research.
Ooh.
I participate in this thing called Music League with a bunch of friends.
Music League?
Yes. So there's a category.
Uh-huh.
You all submit a song that pertains to that category.
Go on.
The people who vote, those who put a song in also vote. You're also the judge. And you get points for how much people like your song. And the category this week was cover songs.
Cover songs?
Yeah. So I had the pleasure of listening to a lot of wonderful cover songs this week. So I brought two in today. The first one is Jerry Grinelli, passed away a couple years ago, drummer based out of Halifax. Played in the Vince Guaraldi trio, which is why he's on my mind.
Yes, this time of year, seasonal record.
Very, very good record. You can play it any time of year, but
all right.
Yeah, it is a Christmas record. The song we're going to listen to is Little Wing, which was originally done by Jimi Hendrix, and maybe just as famously done by Stevie Ray Vaughan. So here is Jerry Granelli with Little Wing.
Ooh, heavy vibe there.
Big vibes. Hey, do you know what we're talking about next?
Sports ball?
Sports ball. We're talking about sports.
I don't remember there being a jingle for that before.
It wasn't. Sometimes there's jingles and sometimes there's not.
Huh.
Sometimes there's not, apparently.
Okay. What are you going to tell me about sports this week? I'm prepared to receive some knowledge.
So we're looking at the New Brunswick Sports Hall of Fame. So this is the 2025 induction class. So they are going to be
coming.
Yes, they're going to be induced.
Induced?
They're going to be inducted on the 31st of May next year.
I thought you were birthing some more Hall of Fames.
Oh, that's what I do in my spare time. We have 6 either people or teams going into the NB Hall of Fame this year. We have Judy Astle, with over 40 years as an educator and administrator devoted to golf, athletics, and basketball. Judy Astle served as the president of Golf New Brunswick and currently presides over Old Mill Pond Golf Club. She was Volunteer of the Year for Golf NB and Sports NB and has received the Order of New Brunswick.
There you go. Good job.
Yeah, we got Silvio Bork, once Canada's most decorated arm wrestler.
Whoa.
Yeah. Grand Diggs Silvio Bork boasts 26 World Arm Wrestling Federation Championship medals, including 6 gold. During an incredible 43-year athletic career, he won tournaments in 10 provinces and on 5 continents. Ha! He founded Grand Diggs' first 15K race as well, and was introduced in the Canadian Arm Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2012.
That would get you almost to Shediac from Grand Dig.
There you go. Big run.
Would be.
Especially if you're a big boy doing arm wrestling and stuff.
Yeah.
We got Rick Bowness, retired as the NHL's longest-serving coach, amassing 2,726 games
a lot of
behind
games.
The bench. That's a couple games. Moncton native, he played 9 seasons as a player in the NHL between the Flames, Red Wings, and Blues. He was the first coach of the AHL Moncton Hawks and the Ottawa Senators. And he also coached the Winnipeg Jets. Was rewarded recently the Jack Adams Award, and he was also nominated for the NHL Coach of the Year before. We got George Chase, a Grand Bay native and expert marksman. Chase won the Grand Aggregate title and competed in 23 national championships. A 2-time Canadian full bore champion, Chase has coached provincial and national teams and was inducted into the Dominion of Canada Rifle Association Hall of Fame. We got those 2001 St. John Alpines. Baseball. For years, the St. John Alpines have been a New Brunswick baseball powerhouse.
Do they still exist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Winning 5 provincial titles between 93 and 02. The franchise reached a high point when they won the 2001 provincial and Canadian championships, winning a national silver the following year.
It's pretty good.
Over those 2 seasons, the team placed first in the league and was honored already in the St. John Hall of Fame, along with their coach, Mike Skid.
All right.
Last one, we got Frank Sinnott.
I bet you. Sorry.
What?
Like, if Mike Skid's the coach, do you think they're all just into diving for bases? Like, Seth that gets drilled into them?
Oh, I hope so.
And I'm sure this joke's made by locals quite often.
Yes.
If I was in St. John watching a game and someone slid on the St. John Alpines, I'd be like,
Skid.
Yeah, Skid taught him that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Skid does.
That's what he does.
Frank Sinnott, hailing from Chatham. Frank, who went by Red, captained the U.S. hockey team to a silver medal in 1920 Olympics, thus earning him the remarkable distinction of being the first New Brunswick-born Olympian and Olympic medalist. He was active in multiple sports in Chatham, and later in his career would serve as a referee at the collegiate and amateur level in the U.S. It's a good group.
Yeah, man.
A lot of very accomplished
We've discussed
athletes.
it before that New Brunswick, punches beyond its weight here.
Yeah.
Sports and a great deal of other things.
Really does. And you want to listen to another cover?
Yeah, are we all covers tonight?
I got 2 covers, and then you left something on the table as well.
Oh, I did.
So
yeah, that's more of a wind us down tune. It's an instrumental this week on my part.
Ooh. Well, we started with an instrumental as well.
Oh, so we're gonna bookend it?
We're gonna have bookends. Yeah, we're gonna have bookends of instrumentals in the middle.
I do like me a good cover.
Well, this is actually one of my favorite songs.
Oh.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Originally by Tears for Fears, of course. Now, I've actually played a cover of that song on this show before. It was Tomato Tomato.
Oh.
But this time, it is a band called Ninja Sex Party, who has TWRP from Halifax as the backing band.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'll get them in every week somehow.
Apparently.
So this is Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Ninja Sex Party with TWRP
backing.
Welcome to your life.
I feel like I'd add a new sphere for our Venn diagram for that.
Yeah, what would that
Just
be?
like nice.
It was nice.
It's a nice song.
It was a really nice song. It's a really nice song.
Yeah.
I
have some news.
Oh, I was going to say I have a question for you. But yes, I have some news.
You can ask me a question.
I got some local news. I got some local events.
How local?
In town.
Yeah. Not the town of Midgic.
Not the town of Midgic, no. The town
Regional.
of Sackville.
Oh, okay.
Midgic isn't a town.
A village?
I think so. District?
I don't think so.
We got the Mount A Music Crystal.
Crystal? Is that where the music flows from?
Crystal clear is how I'm speaking tonight. The Mount A Music Christmas Colloquium.
Excuse me?
Celebrate the holidays with the students and faculty of the Department of Music. Enjoy seasonal performances and sing-alongs. Admission's free to all. All are welcome to attend.
What's a colloquium?
I don't know, dude.
I'm going to have to look the definition of this one.
I got you.
I'm going to put it in my back pocket, and I'm going to use it in 2032.
An academic conference or seminar.
Oh, that's boring. No wonder I've never heard of it.
I think it's more just like they're going to play music and
you can sing along.
You can sing along
sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, that's why didn't they just call it a sing along.
But if you have, that doesn't sound
trying to be a bit pretentious.
Yeah, exactly. For more information, you can call 506-364-2374 or email music@Mount A. See the full calendar of events at mounta.ca/music. So I got some news.
Okay.
Have you heard of Andrew Black?
Yeah, I believe he was and might still be our mayor.
Yeah, he's our mayor.
Okay.
The mayor of Tantramar will be hosting office hours at Dorchester Veterans Community Center starting December 2nd from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I think it's every Monday. Mayor Black's going to start being in Dorchester.
Hanging out in Dorchester.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the Veterans Community Center. Fantastic opportunity to stop by and have a chat, share your thoughts or ideas.
During business hours?
Apparently.
Okay.
If you can. While Mayor Black usually holds office hours in Sackville, he's expanding to Dorchester to connect with residents across Tantramar. I'm pro this.
Yeah. Make yourself available to the public you represent.
Yeah. There's a sizable portion in Dorchester.
Yeah.
He should spend a sizable amount of time there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my news. I think it's great.
That is.
And if you are in Dorchester and you didn't know, take a look at Tantramar's website. But I'm pretty sure, on Mondays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., you can stop in and catch Mayor Black.
All right.
What's your news?
I'm jumping over to PEI.
Oh,
I don't go to the
pond.
island, but it's not far over to the island, right? So I'm going to consider this local.
Are we going like Borden?
Oh, a little further than that. Anyway, someone was swimming last summer. PEI. Looked down, saw something that caught their eye. It's like, pick this up. This looks like a thing. And upon further inspection of the thing, they were like, yeah, this really does seem like perhaps
thing.
A piece of human skull.
Oh, that's great.
Which they did the right thing. Got in touch with some people.
Totally.
Like, hey, because you'd be concerned too.
If I was touching skull, yes.
Yeah. And they were like, oh, yes, take this. And they took it to some
skull people?
I was going to say nerds.
Yeah, nerds, right? I think we said the same thing in different words, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. So see, they took it to, and they were like,
the skull nerds.
This is really old. We don't need to worry about this being like a murder-related thing or a missing person.
That's cool.
So they're like, hell, maybe we should get this like carbon dated.
Yeah.
And now I was talking to a friend of mine about this earlier today.
Yes.
And I used the number of years that they came back with to date this back.
Okay.
And he quite quickly was like, that's over 1 million days.
Okay.
3,000 years.
That's dope. That's awesome.
And they were able to do some nerd science stuff and be like, this is a piece of a woman's jawbone.
That's so cool.
Enigma person living on the island, 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's been given back to the community.
Awesome.
who did, I think, probably one of the more tasteful things that I think, because you look up the article. I read this on CTV, excuse me. I heard a radio blurb about it. I went back, and they described it a little differently than I just did.
Sure.
So if you want repeatable facts, you might want to go look there.
Please never come here for repeatable facts. That's not what we do here.
No, but
we give you purposely bad weather every week.
Yeah. But what was interesting to me is, like, if this happened elsewhere, let's pretend it was a full skull or a bigger piece of bone or whatever. The first thing you would see online when you Googled it is the same 100, kind of copy paste articles with a picture of the thing. Mm-hmm. And it was really nice to read they had the expert, a curator of the museum that went into and said, this is part of a person. We, you can describe it, but we don't need to be sharing pictures of this.
Awesome.
I was like, you know what?
Good on you.
I think you might be onto something there.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So anyway, but just think about that. Like 1 million days that existed out there, perhaps in a bank. It might have come out with some coastal erosion. It might have just been its time to come out. My friend who I was speaking about it earlier kind of made the joke that it's like that human had one bad day and then 1 million lucky ones after, in a way. Like, it's like, to have survived, to have a piece of, a person, which is a little morbid or however you want to see it. But 3,000 years is an almost unfathomable amount.
It really is for the human brain. It doesn't make much sense.
And just to, which then makes you think, it's like, oh, there were people there.
Yeah. People doing stuff, living lives
on PEI in the air and in this area as well, presumably.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's pretty neat.
Isn't it?
Hey, you got a gold star?
I do have a gold star.
Whoa, what's your gold star?
Well, because earlier we were talking about the snow and my being partial to it.
Yes.
I just wanted to shout out before it gets a little too hectic for them to appreciate it. The old snowplow drivers.
Snowplow drivers, nice.
They're out there.
Oh,
they're out there while you're, I heard someone into the airport this morning and said, I got woken up this morning by a snowplow. Going by salt in the roads.
Thank you.
They could get out here safe.
Yeah.
That's probably a pretty thankless job at times. You get the old people yelling at you for filling their driveway just after they shoveled it out.
Yeah.
But truthfully, if the roads aren't getting plowed, most of us are having a bad day.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you got for the gold star this week?
That Jamie guy.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard about him?
I've seen his sign by the highway.
Yeah, he sells houses here in town, Jamie Smith. And for the last few years, he's done this 12 days of giving where he gives money back to the community. I know he gives one to pretty much he gives one to every school in the area to go to the food programs. In the past, I know he's given one to Open Sky. Jamie is a real estate agent in the community. Big shout out because he's always giving back to the community. So as you give back to the community, Jamie, I'm going to give you
a gold star.
The first one of season 2.
Oh, are we breaking this into seasons?
Oh, yeah, we have to.
Huh.
Season 2 starts right now. This is the first. Yeah, you didn't know that. How do you feel about it?
I kind of knew it if last week was our centennial.
Yes.
Not centennial.
No, it was our centennial.
Anniversary. It was our 1 year.
We did stuff for 52 weeks straight.
We did this is a 53rd episode.
This is our 53rd episode. That sounds way less cool than season 2.
Huh.
So yeah, snowplow drivers, that Jamie guy, you are our first recipients of season 2's gold stars. They have a little bit more glitter on this year.
Do they?
Yep.
Oh, I see one behind you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I was going to mail them out, but I can't yet.
Not with the glitter and the postal strike.
Yeah, I was mostly, No, you can mail with glitter. I don't have to clean it up.
Only if you hate the recipient.
Hey, do you got a show to shout out?
No, not at all.
Well, you know what? I'll do mine like I usually do first, and then I'll throw it to you. How does that sound?
Sure.
So, formerly known as Under the Needle, we got live on KEXP right after this, Sundays at 7 p.m., bringing you the very best of KEXP's world-renowned live in-studio and remote performances. Each week, they're bringing you a new live session from emerging artists to well-established acts spanning styles, genres, and cultures. They've had everyone in the world, including Canadians such as Purity
Sloan.
Ring, Tegan and Sarah, Sloan, yes, Jeremy Dodger, Elephant Jim. You can check them out on KEXP.org. Right after that, Sunday at 8 p.m., we have Black Atlantic, a primarily Black Atlantic-centric podcast, website, and media channel with the goal of bringing Atlantic POC voices to the world. Hosted by Clinton Davis and Hilary LeBlanc, you can check them out at www.blackatlantic.ca. You can follow them on Spotify and visit their YouTube page. And right after that, we have The Night Shift with Luca Capone.
Never know what you're going to get with Luca Capone.
Never know what you're going to get with Luca Capone, spinning a diverse, adventurous mix of sounds ranging from psychedelic jazz to experimental hip-hop, heavy focus on Canadian and independent artists. Who do you got?
Man, I was talking to someone earlier this week and made a disparaging remark about country music. Not
Yes.
really. I just said if we're putting together a playlist, mine's probably going to be a little light on country.
That's fair.
And they were keen to point out quite a few people enjoy country.
They do.
And actually, I know in the back of my head, there's a stat. Country music is the most represented music on commercial radio in North America right now.
I believe that. Yeah.
It might be double. Like
It's crazy.
there are more commercial country radio stations than anything else.
Yeah.
So there are quite a few people who enjoy it. I've dabbled in it once in a while.
Yeah.
But if you want an hour of country, you can turn it into Hannah's Country Show Wednesdays from 9 till 10,
Nice.
which, might be a time that you need some country pick-me-up.
Totally.
Put on your boots. Not necessarily cowboy. Could be any type of boots.
Can I put on my cowgirl boots?
Yeah.
Nice.
And do a little dance.
Have a little fun.
Get down tonight.
Yeah. You got a tune.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I can't even remember who it's by or what it is. I just remember hearing it, and I was doing the dishes, which I rarely listen to music while I'm doing chores.
Yeah.
But this came on, and I was like, oh, this is a good doing dishes.
This
tune.
is by Leaving Laurel.
Mm-hmm.
vibes.
Big vibe.
Big vibes.
I feel like I need to take a nap now, actually,
me
but
too.
not necessarily in a bad way.
No, not at all. In a great way.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Hey, thanks for listening.
Thank you, CHMA, for hosting.
And broadcasting.
Did we say welcome tonight?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Okay. Just making sure people
Remember, I said a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you read the thing, and it does start with welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcoming people to CHMA when you do it, not to us, though.
No.
They're not stepping into the break room with us in their mind.
I'm welcoming them to the radio station. Maybe they just turned on.
Maybe they did.
Yeah, just to hear us. Hey, with that being said, if you do want to hear us and you miss this live, that's totally fine. You can check out every single one of our episodes
on the internet,
literally anywhere you get your podcasts. Where do you get yours?
That's a good question.
I usually use CBC Gem.
Oh yeah, I had that for a while.
Yeah, I also watch a lot of Great British Bake Off now.
Huh.
That stuff's so good.
I gotta make cookies this weekend.
Yeah, you should turn it on and watch it.
Really? They're gonna school up my cookie game?
No, but
at this point, I'm not even sold on which cookie I'm making. So
that's super fair.
Yeah.
No, it will. You will not bake anything on the show. You will not get almost any inspiration to bake anything from the show. But what you will see is very wholesome people trying their best. And it's like genuinely the best entertainment that I have found on television in a long time, because it's just amateur bakers trying really hard to just make really nice well. Thing. Yeah, and it's real nice. Okay. And then once a week, one gets star baker and one has to go home. But every time one goes home, it's almost always like, I can't believe I got this far. This has been awesome. It's a pretty great show. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Hey, if you're looking for more positive entertainments in your life right now, because everything seems to be less positive.
We're fairly positive.
Yeah, we're positive as well. But I'm saying just like
more.
Yeah, even more
positive than this.
Yes. Check out the Great British Bake Off. That stuff's so positive. Always makes me feel great. That's where I get my podcast, CBC Gem.
Okay. From our national broadcaster. Finally, I already said that. That you can check us out on the socials?
I didn't say that. You should check us out on all the socials at Midgic Airport.
Mm-hmm.
Signing off.
Have a great night, folks.
Ships on three on Christmas Day, and what was in those ships on three on Christmas Day in the morning? Bethlehem on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Oh, they sailed into Bethlehem on Christmas Day in the morning.
Ring on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. All the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the angels in heaven shall sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. All the angels in heaven shall sing on Christmas Day in the morning. All the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. All the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day in the morning. Let us all rejoice, amen, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Let us all rejoice, amen. On Christmas Day in the morning. We have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plain, and the mountains in reply, echo in their joyous strain. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? Say what may the tidings be, which inspire your heavenly song. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ our Lord, the newborn King. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
King Wenceslas looked out
On the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even, brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel, when a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel.
Hear the page and stand by me, if thou know'st it telling, yonder peasant, who is he, where and what his dwelling?
Sir, he lives a good league hence, underneath the mountain, right against the forest fence, by St. Agnes fountain.
Bring me flesh and bring me wine, bring me pine logs hither, thou and I will see him dine, when we bear him thither.
Page and monarch, forth they went together, through the rude wind's wild lament, and the bitter weather.
Darker now, and the wind blows stronger. Fills my heart, I know not how I can go no longer.
Mark my footsteps, my good page, tread thou in them boldly. Thou shalt find the winter's rage freeze thy blood less coldly.
In his master's steps he trod, where the snow lay dinted. Heat was in the very sod, which the saint had printed.
Therefore, Christian men, be sure, wealth or rank possessing, ye who now will bless the poor, shall yourselves find blessing. Here we come, a wassailing among the leaves so green.